Yo, what's going on, everybody? How you doing? You know who this is, the chosen one, Gabriel Skywalker from the DFS Club, coming to you guys with an NFL main slate week 2 video, guys. If you're new, please hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, smash that bell icon so you know when my videos drop. You'll be the first to know. And leave us a comment down below. I love reading the comments, guys. You guys are awesome. If you missed last night's UFC video, shame on you. Won a lot of money, so had some good picks on there. I switched it up a little bit. I added ownership, how we're going to go with GBPs, cash games, that kind of stuff. So it worked out really well. So if you guys took part, hopefully you guys won as much as we did at the DFS Club, guys. The DFS Club is my home where you get every single sport known to mankind, guys. Every single sport. You get the Discord. You get the members-only podcast 1 hour before lock. You got 2 providers in one. You got DFS Space, myself, Skywalker DFS, and you get every single sport: NBA, NFL, MLB, PGA, NHL, tennis, NASCAR, soccer, esports, MMA, WNBA, college sports, EuroLeague basketball. All you got to do is click join now. It's very easy. Click on my logo, Skywalker DFS, and then pick your plans, guys. We're the cheapest in the industry, $14.99 a month for every month. Or you can do the silver or gold plans, and we do have 3-day passes for only $7.99. That includes the lineups, ownership, projections, members-only podcasts. That's for MLB, NFL, NBA when that comes back next month. Every single sport, guys. It's not per season. It's just every month, no matter what sport is going on. In October, we got every sport going on, every sport. So don't miss out, guys. Don't you dare be sour. You want to come on the winning team. You want to come join us, guys. You want the lineups, the ownership, projections, top stacks. I got you guys. DFSclub.com. All right, so let's bring up the sponsor of this video, which is Draft Dashboard, guys. If you're new to my videos, it's my tool I use for every single video. And they're the sponsor of this video. And I'm going to say the word video a million times. It seems like it's only $1 for 30 days, guys. That's it. $1 for 30 days. Let me bring it up here. Boom. Right here. This is my go-to. It's got all the stats you want right in front of you. Everything. Click on the link in the description below. You yourself can have Draft Dashboard, guys. You get access to all my player pools for NFL, NBA, MLB, NHL. You get the cheat sheet, guys, the position optimizer, the lineup optimizer, the player trends, sleepers and studs, you name it. We got key injuries here. That's updated, I believe, every hour. Top owned players of the slate. Recent stock changes. This is more for like season-long leagues. Help you guys out with that. So, yeah, guys, check it out. This is Draft Dashboard. Again, it's only $1 for 30 days. So let's go. Let's start off at QB. So typical 13-game slate. So let's get right into it. Off the tops, we got Kyler Murray at 8-2. This should be a high-scoring game. Arizona and Minnesota. Got 35 DK points last week. Only rushed 5 times. I was kind of surprised by that, but still, 35 DK points. We'll take it, guys. Of course, he's out there for 100% of the snaps. Kyler Murray's definitely in play this week at 8-2. Same with Russell Wilson at 7-5, 27 DK points last week. Projected at 23.4. Let's see. Against Tennessee, who last week, they were the worst defense in the league against quarterbacks. Russell Wilson probably will beat this score this week. So definitely don't mind a Seattle stack. I'm going to skip on Josh Allen this week. Tom Brady at 6.9K. I'd imagine he'd be pretty popular this week after that 32 DK point showing last Thursday night. So he had a couple extra days of rest too. So when you're 44, you can use those couple days of rest. He's $1,300 more on Fanduel. Gets a cake matchup against Atlanta, ranked 28th in the league last week against QBs, guys. And Justin Herbert, the pervert, he's only 6.7K against Dallas. 26th in the league last week against quarterbacks. Herbert, 18 DK points. We kind of want a little bit more than that for 6-7, but it's a great matchup against Dallas. It's a sophomore year, so we'll see. This will be the week where we'll see if it's a Justin Herbert of last year, or if it was just a fluke. We'll see. Jalen Hurts against San Francisco. I like the play. I just don't like the price range. I'd rather get to somebody else. Like, I don't know, Matthew Stafford against Indy. Indy normally does have a good defense, but their defense is banged up. So the corners are banged up. So Matthew Stafford should have himself a day. He's only 6.4K, 27 DK points last week, was chucking the ball. Let's see. Indy's ranked 24th in the league against quarterbacks so far this year. So I do like that. Jameis Winston, 6.1K. Now, even though New Orleans didn't score any points, he still got 30 DraftKings points, amazingly. Going up against Carolina, they're about the middle of the road defense-wise so far this year against quarterbacks. So, yeah, Jameis Winston at 6-1, $1,600 more on Fanduel. You can chuck him in there. And let's see, Dak Prescott, of course, 6.8K against the Chargers. Chargers are pretty good against in week one, they were pretty good against the quarterback. But we're talking about a new and improved Dak Prescott here. So love a Dallas stack. I love targeting this game too. 6.8K. Yeah, guys, get him in there. Let's see. And that's it. I mean, if I didn't cover every single quarterbacks, because I don't want to make this a 40-minute video. So, of course, like Derek Carr, these guys, Trevor Lawrence might be in play, of course. But I'm only giving you guys like the quarterbacks and all the players I'm really going to try and target this week in my player pools. So let's go to running back. So you guys know I do every single sport with my videos. So every day is a different sport. Nobody else does that I know of. All right, so running back. Dalvin Cook at 9.1K, very expensive. Arizona's pretty tough against the run, but it's Dalvin freaking Cook, guys. And in a game where it's supposed to be lots of points here, he had 20 rushes last week, 7 targets, 21 DK points. So I don't mind that. Let's see. Melvin Gordon I really like against Jacksonville, who's ranked 30th in the league last week against running backs. He's only 5'9". Running back, I'm kind of liking the mid-range. Kind of the same with wide receiver, but I'd probably pay up more for wide receiver this week than I would running back. There's lots of value here. We got Melvin Gordon again at 5.9K. He's the same price on FanDuel. You got him against Jacksonville. Now, he only touched the ball 11 times last week, 3 targets, but he still got 24 DK points. So don't mind it there. Damian Harris for New England gets the Jets. So we've always picked on the Jets, especially with running backs. He's 5.4K. He touched the ball 23 times last week and got 3 targets, 16 fantasy points. He is on New England. So, I mean, if he was on a better team, he'd probably be like twice the amount of fantasy points. Just New England doesn't score a lot. That's the problem. I was even looking at Leonard Fournette, but again, I'm going to keep this to a shorter video. Next up, we got Elijah Mitchell. Now, we'll see what happens. I'm assuming he'll get the start for the Niners. We can assume. We'll see what the coach says. We should get that news when I wake up. For you guys on the East Coast, but football don't start till 1 p.m. But, yeah, we should have that news. If he starts, definitely in play against Philly at only 5K, guys. He touched the ball 19 times last week, got 19 fantasy points. So he did come in and sub, so we'll see. We'll see. You never know with the Niners what they're going to do. Chase Edmonds, 4.9K. Lead back for, again, I just love this game, guys, for Arizona. And he's a pass-catching back. He only got 4 targets last week, which I'm kind of surprised because Chase Edmonds, man, third down, he's out there and he's catching passes. Touched the ball 12 times, 15 fantasy points. In a game where it's projected to be over 50, I really like a pass-catching running back here. So give me some Chase Edmonds at only 4.9. Javonte Williams, 4.4K against Jacksonville. He touched the ball 14 times. He only got 5 DK points, but, he's going to split I would not go him and Melvin Gordon, obviously. But you can pick one or the other. I'd probably go Melvin Gordon, but it's just Jacksonville, right? And there's a slight chance, let's say Denver, blows them out. Then Javonte Williams probably gets more run. Melvin Gordon probably takes a seat. So 4.4, I don't mind it there. It's good value. Christian McCaffrey at 9.9. It's just the price tag for me. Of course, he's in play. Probably a cash game play. New Orleans is pretty tough against running backs, but he's not a running back. He's a running back and wide receiver and tight end. And hell, maybe even a quarterback. He might throw a few passes. It's Christian McCaffrey, guys. I don't need to tell you about him, but he is 9.9K, and he's $100 more on Fanduel. And the big hype this week is Najee Harris for Pittsburgh, and it's because he was on the field for 100% of the time. But only had 16 touches because Big Ben likes to throw the ball a lot. So keep that in mind. He was only targeted 3 times and only had 6 fantasy points. He gets the Raiders this week, who give it up to running backs. So maybe Pittsburgh knows this and feeds them the ball. The only thing is, remember, the chalk always busts, it seems like, every week, right? So Najee Harris, though, the 6'3 price tag, it's kind of hard to get away from. Definitely a cash play here. Absolutely. And your double ups, throw them in there. Let's see. That's how I was so successful in week 1 while a lot of others weren't. I went, I didn't pick the chalk players, but, like just the common sense players. And it ended up working out just good. Now we got Kenyan Drake, another possible situation here, 4.9K. Now you assume he would get the start, but the coach came out and said he'll probably just be the third down running back again. And it's going to be, let me go down here, and it's going to be Peyton Barber on first through second, maybe third down. So we'll see, you guys. If that's the case, Peyton Barber at 4K, I think he's worth a shot. But I really love Drake, man. He'll get those receptions. Even against Pittsburgh, they're pretty tough on running backs. I get it. But if he's going to catch some patch, he was targeted 5 times last week. Got 12 DK points, touched the ball 6 times. So, yeah. We'll see what happens. If the coach comes out tomorrow and says, hey, he's going to be our main guy in the backfield, he'll get a majority of the touches, of the snaps, then, yeah, I'm all over it, especially at 4.9K. But let's wait and see what Gruden says and go from there. So those are the quarterbacks. The running backs I really like. It's been a long day, guys. I apologize. So let's go to wide receiver. All right, so DeAndre Hopkins targeted in this game, guys. 8K. It's not going to be cheap to target this game. You're already going to know that. 8 targets last week and still got 26 DK points, man. You got Kyler Murray throwing you the ball. It's a wrap. So, yeah, get him in there. DK Metcalf, you want to stack them. So whatever quarterback you're going to use tomorrow, correlate at least 2 of his pass catchers with him, rather it be a wide receiver or a tight end. That's a good system to go. It's like stacking. We all know we're familiar with that, especially for like MLB. NBA is really the only sport where you don't stack. So, but yeah, just remember that. So if you're going to play Russell Wilson, DK Metcalf, I probably like him more than Lockett, but I like both of them. I probably roster both of them. Metcalf at 7.6, Lockett is 7.2. Both were targeted 5 times last week. Tyler Lockett got the better of it. He got 29 DK points. Metcalf only got 16. If you roster both of them, you really can't lose. But they are expensive, so keep that in mind. You have to find savings elsewhere. But that's where I got you guys. Savings, always go to wide receiver for savings. Keenan Allen against Dallas at 7K. Sign me up. 13 targets last week, 22 DK points. Amari freaking Cooper, 6'8", 16 targets last week, 42 DK points. Again, the obvious play for Dallas, right? Without getting cute. I do like CeeDee Lamb also, but we'll get to him in a second. Deebo Samuel for San Francisco, 12 targets last week, 36 Draftkings points, man. He gets open space. He's gone. Now, Philly was the stingiest last week against wide receivers, so just keep that in mind too. But Deebo Samuel at 6'7", I think is kind of too cheap. Chris Godwin was the number 2? Because I always compare him with Mike Evans, and sometimes I forget about brain fart, guys. I'll get to him in a second. Sorry, guys. I obviously need my rock star. I need to go get a rock star. That's what it is. But yeah, Chris Godwin. If you're gonna play Tom Brady, I would go Godwin and probably Brown. Or you can go Mike Evans, because here's how it's going to go. Since Godwin, come to think of it, was got 14 targets last week, 28 DK points. Mike Evans will probably be the guy this week. So maybe I'll take a chance on Mike Evans instead. I mean, I don't want to go full fucking Tampa stack where I got 4 pass catchers in there, because what are the odds all 4 of these guys are going to get a touchdown, right? And they're not cheap. So, but Chris Godwin's in play at 6'6". So is Mike Evans at 6'1". I think it's Mike Evans' time this week, though. So, and you get a little bit of savings there. Let's see. Deontay Johnson for Pittsburgh got 10 targets last week. I know they have a lot of mouths to feed in Pittsburgh when it comes to receiving, but 10 targets, 15 DK points against the Raiders, why not? But yeah, again for Tampa, Antonio Brown, I think he'll still have a good day. But I think Mike Evans and the Chris Godwin factor. Give me Mike Evans this week. What the hell? Mike Williams, pair him up with Keenan Allen if you're going to roster the Chargers this week. 12 targets last week, 22 DK points. Love that. Cooper Kupp, throw him in there. If you're going to target the Rams this week, 10 targets, 27 DK points. Again, these were the obvious plays. If you got too cute, it came back to bite you in the ass. If you played a lot of rookies, it probably came back to bite you in the ass. So I'm going to stick with the obvious plays until further notice. Antonio Brown, the obvious play. Like I said last week, yeah, he has some mental problems, but he was the best receiver in the league just a couple of years ago. I mean, I don't know why you wouldn't have played him last week. He's only 6K. So I don't see anything different. 7 targets, 27 DK points. He made the most of the targets that came his way. And I don't see that changing at all, especially against Atlanta. DJ Chark, 12 targets, 18 fantasy points. Don't mind that. And yeah, I know I skipped over Robert Woods. I did. He only got 4 targets last week. Just give me Cooper Kupp and probably Higbee. But we'll get there. Let's see. Next up, Jamar Chase at 5K. He got 7 targets last week. 24 DK points, man. You don't know. With a Cincy receivers, that's where it kind of gets – that's where you paid off with the rookies here. One of the few teams that actually use their rookies. But, yeah, Jamar Chase at 5K. He's targeted again 7 times against Chicago, who's actually pretty weak this year defensively. So far, it's only been 1 game. But, yeah, I don't mind that. You want to go back to the well with Christian Kirk in a game where, you know, not every pass is going to go to Hopkins. I don't mind going back to Christian Kirk at 5K. 5 targets last week, 24 DK points. And Chenault, too, Jacksonville. I know Denver's pretty tough on defense, but, you know, not that tough. I think Chenault has a chance. He got 9 targets last week, 13 DK points. Marvin Jones Jr., 4.7K. This was a no-brainer last week. A no-brainer. He got 9 targets, 19. He should be their number 1 option. So give me Marvin Jones Jr. If you're going to do a Jacksonville stack, you think they're going to bounce back and run up some points on Denver, or just a one-off Marvin Jones play, I don't mind that. Cole Beasley, I have a feeling about Cole Beasley this week. I think he's going to go off. I really do. It's that Spidey sense, man. It's that Skywalker. I'm using the Force. Yeah, I know I'm a dork. 4.6K is really cheap, guys. Even though I'm not going to get to Josh Allen, I don't mind Cole Beasley as a one-off. He did get 13 targets last week, 14 DK points. So I kind of like him. Sneaky. Then you got Hunter Renfrow, the Raiders slot receiver. Yeah, I did that on purpose. 9 targets, 13 DK points. That's what you're going to see with slot receivers. They run out maybe 5, maybe 10 yards and catch a pass. So for PPRs, yeah, love me some Hunter Renfrow at only 3.6. Here's where you're getting your value, guys. KJ Osborne, 3.3. Who saw this coming, right? 9 targets last week, 15 DK points. If you're going to play Cousins, you want to get these Minnesota receivers. $1,300 more on Fanduel. 3.3 for KJ Osborne's one of the better values, too, of this slate. Obviously, the obvious Minnesota receiver, though, you're going to want is Adam Thielen. Because you got a Thielen, I always say, I got a Thielen instead of I got a feeling. 7.1K. Justin Jefferson, 9 targets, 13 DK points. I don't know. For 7.4, probably not. Just give me Adam Thielen. Why get cute? You know what Adam Thielen can do. Go pair him up with KJ Osborne and just fade Justin Jefferson. I think he'll be just fine. CD Lamb, If you're going to roster Dak at 6'4", I like him number 1. Amari Cooper number 2. All right, so I do like a Dallas stack against the Chargers. He's 6.4K. He's $400 more on Fanduel. 15 freaking targets, guys. 26 DK points. He dropped a lot of passes. So just think if he would have caught those. And then for Carolina, I don't mind me some DJ Moore at only 5'9". 8 targets, 15 DK points. Robbie Anderson was a bust. Going back to the well here, Corey Davis. Why not? Jets' number 1 option. 7 targets, 27 DK points. Again, he's still only 5.3K. Against New England, sure. It's a rivalry between them. They hate each other. So I don't think the Jets are just going to roll over and die. All right, so those are the receivers I'm going to target this week. Remember, correlate your quarterbacks with your receivers. That's the best way to go. Running backs, you don't necessarily have to unless it's like a very strong pass-catching running back. So let's go to tight end. So Darren Waller with his 19 targets last week. Yeah, 19 targets. That's not a misprint. Got 30 DK points, 7.6K against Pittsburgh. Get him in there. And then how about Gronk? He's back, 100% back. 8 targets, 29 DK points, 4.7K. I like it a lot. I like Tampa. How can you not like Tampa against Atlanta this week? That'll probably be the number 1 targeted game. Next to, I'd say Minnesota, Arizona. You know, there's probably like 3 or 4 stacks I want to do tomorrow. But we'll talk about it in the members-only podcast, DFS Club. So don't you dare be sour. We'll figure it out tomorrow. Dallas Goddard at 4.6. I don't mind it. He only got 5 targets, but Jalen Hurts, man, is the truth. And San Francisco was awful against tight ends last week. And Goddard got 14, so I don't mind it, especially at 4.6 for some savings. And how about Noah Fant for Denver? 8 targets, 12 DK points. So ran some short routes, but still got some receptions. Jerry Jeudy's out this week. So I think Noah Fant actually benefits from that. 4.2K with no Jerry Jeudy, $1,500 more on FanDuel. I think you can get him in there. And then Tyler Higbee, part of that Ram stack, he's only 4.1K. He's got tons of upside. He's out there 100% of the snaps. He does not have to share the field with Everett anymore. It's all his. It's his backfield. 6 targets, 12 DK points. I'd probably play him over Robert Woods, 4.1K. And if Robert Woods goes off tomorrow and Cooper Kupp doesn't, so be it. That's how it goes sometimes with the Rams. Then you got Jared freaking Cook. He's only 3.9, 8 targets last week, 11 DK points. Dallas was the absolute worst last week against tight ends. So Jared Cook at 3.9, you can absolutely pay down at tight end. You got some value. You got Dalton Schultz, 3.3K, 6 targets, 11 DK points. You got a lot of receptions later in the game, but hey, we'll take them. Chargers ranked 22nd in the league against tight end, so I don't mind that. I don't mind going back to Kyle Pitts, because if Matt Ryan's going to bounce back this week, Kyle Pitts will be part of the reason. 5.2K. He did get targeted 8 times. 7 DK points. What I'm thinking with him is he got, fucking nerves, right? First NFL game. I think maybe he got that out of his system by now, and I think he'll be good to go tomorrow at 5.2. And if you guys want to be really ballsy and play Matt Ryan, I don't blame you. He had a bad week. It happens. Cole Kmet for Chicago, though. He's 3.7. He got targeted 7 times, 9 DK points. He gets red zone targets, too, so Cole Kmet, guys. Why not? So there's definitely ways to pay down, especially at tight end this week. James O'Shaughnessy. That's how you pronounce it, I think. 2.7K. He was targeted 8 times, 11 DK points. Going up against Denver, who's pretty tough defensively against tight ends. They got a pretty tough defense, period. But, if he's going to continue to get 8 to 10 targets a game, fucking sign me up for 2.7K. Absolutely. I like this Jacksonville quarterback, man. I think this kid's going to be he's going to have a good year, I think. All we know is what we saw in week 1. So that's it for tight end. Defenses, you guys already know. Fucking punt. Punt a defense. Carolina is a good punt. Let's see. If you think Houston last week was just a fluke, you can go Cleveland. but I wouldn't pay up for defense, guys. Don't waste your salary. I mean, if you got lucky, like the Saints got 15 points last week, Cardinals got 16, Steelers got 14. Like, that's rare. It's very rare. And I think you can get lucky like that with some of these cheaper defenses. So defense, I don't spend a lot of time on it. So let's see, where are we at right now? We're at 25 minutes. So let's go to the lineup optimizer, and I'll show you guys just kind of what I mean about correlating your quarterbacks with your receivers. So off the top, so let's say you're going to go Matthew Stafford, right? So I would go, this is just an example. Where's Cooper at? Oh, he ain't this far down. Oh, he's already in here. All right, so Cooper Kupp's already in here. I would go then maybe Higbee if you don't want to do Robert Woods, right? And then, you can play whatever running backs you want. You don't have to correlate them with your quarterback. Russell Wilson. Better yet, let's go Kyler Murray, right? You already got Hopkins in here, and then I'd probably get, where's he at? He's cheap. Christian Kirk, DeAndre Hopkins. At least 2 pass catchers with my quarterback. And then the rest I'd probably do one-offs. Defense, punt, flex, whatever salary you have left over, pick the best player, guys. That's going to do it for the video. Again, guys, thank you so much. Week 1 was absolutely outstanding to us at the club. Cash games were automatic. It was beautiful. I was playing my cash games in GPPs also just to see what happens. Ends up working out well. We're looking to go undefeated this year, guys. Come join the family, dfsclub.com. Don't you dare be sour. You get my lineups. You get the ownership projections, stacking, members only podcast 1 hour before lock. That's where the magic happens. That's when we really dig in. We really figure out what lineups we're going to do and which way we're going to go. So don't miss out on that. And we're the cheapest in the industry, and it's not even close. Draft dashboard, that very tool right there you see on the screen. It's only $1 for 30 days. If you click on the link in the description below, you yourself can have draft dashboard. Again, my name is Gabriel Skywalker, your humbled host. Schroeder's over there passed out. He's been up all day. We're getting ready for Smokin' Joe, who's going to be our new German Shepherd puppy. So we've been just moving stuff around the house and getting ready for that. So we're all pooped today. So I'm going to say a prayer for you guys, and we're going to get up out of here. God bless you. God bless your families. God bless your pets. Thank you, God, for another day on planet Earth, for every day is a gift. What do we say, guys? Let's get this bread. Don't take shit from nobody. Absolutely nobody. I live and die by that. You'll just be happier in life. Thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it. Don't forget dfsclub.com. And don't forget, subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.